Tuesday. Hi, Kathy. My phone's stuck. There we go. How are you doing? Hi, Judy. We're going to play. We are going to play. I need to play. I know I said last night I was going to come on here and sell stuff today, and it just didn't happen. So we're going to do some playing. God Loves Ugly. Welcome in. Hi, Kristen. Welcome. I wanted to start out by showing you some things that I have recently gotten. Hi, Maria. Hi, Sarah. Jack Mao. Hello. How's everybody doing? We're just going to have a little bit of a play today. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on. I'm still pretty tired from the weekend. Well, Sunday, Monday. And we'll just see what happens. I do have a couple of things to share with you. One of the things that I put together and have thrown some kits in are for needle books. And Sarah, yay, you got the job. I'm so proud of you. That is such exciting news. Izzy, hello. You start Monday. How's it going to mess with your schedule going live? Tara Taj, welcome. Lee, hello, my sweet. Are you exhausted from the last 2 days, my sweet? ATM, it's the same. Awesome. Good job. Welcome to my art room. Tarita, thank you. I seriously, I'm going to forget that in 5 minutes. Maybe. Tarita, that's pretty. Lee, we have had so much fun, and it's something that we do every month. I know we need details. Craftel, Miss Sarah, we need details. So it's a promotion. Is it going to help? Well, obviously you wouldn't have applied for it if it's not going to help you, but that's amazing. So I'm going to say, hi, Lynn. Lynn, I watched your video and I like snort laughed. It was like 1:00 in the morning when I watched it. You're going to be a trainer for new associates. Awesome. What? How did I miss your show? How did it go, Lee? Truth. 2 days and you know me. I don't know whether to be flattered or go, that's rude. Oh, I wasn't in bed at 10 a.m. I was, however, drinking coffee, and I rarely get on the app until after lunch. So, this butterfly, I have a ton of this fabric. I have a bloody shit ton of this fabric. So, Robin, if you need some, let me know. So there's a story behind this fabric, and I made this needle book. I adore it. I adore the colors, how it turned out, the whole thing. So what I did is put together some needle book kits, and I started working on this one. It's butterflies and dragonflies. But if you look in the bin, let me show you. Let me see if I put it in there. Who knows? I did. So if you look at this, there's a color choice. And I have the butterfly dragonfly one. What not so fun. I have a blue and brown paisley one. And then I have the floral one with butterflies. we're all kind of butterflies and paisley around here. I have not scheduled a show to teach you how to do this, but as people purchase them, I'm figuring sometime the middle of October. So there's that. But the thing with it is, I know a lot of you have been doing the slow stitch kits with Carmen, and I found myself always losing my stuff. So I created this little book so I can keep all my stuff in here. And this just goes with me wherever. Maple, my love, how are you? Maple, honey, hang out because I am getting ready to do a project with a package I got from you today. So anyway, this one, I haven't made kits with this one just because it was just a random thing. But if you want something like this, let me know. Um, I can cut some of this fabric up as well. This fabric, which is kind of a funny story, I was at Goodwill and of course I saw the butterflies and I fell in love with it. And I was in the fabric section because we all know I go crazy for fabric at Goodwill, and it's all hand stitched. Nothing is machine stitched, it's all hand stitched. Um, but I saw like the butterflies and it's all the browns and blues. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this fabric. Well, I went to take it out and it just came and came and came and came. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? Well, it was actually, I'm going to assume like some type of a furniture cover, a sofa cover or something. And somebody had obviously made it, but when they made it, they literally left the selvages on it. So I know it was insane. And I looked at the price tag and I kind of went, "Oh Lord," because it was priced as a furniture cover. And I'm like, you know what? This is so much fabric. I have to get this. Well, this has been sitting in my art room or in, yeah, my sewing room, whatever, for probably close to a year. And when I went searching for butterflies to make my little kit, I found that again. So I have, I want to say, like, it's probably 10 yards of fabric. So I can make kits with this. If you so desire, let me know. But for the time being, I have these listed and they're pinned down below. You're welcome to grab one and we will schedule some shows to go live together and make a little needle book where you can keep all of your needles. If you're a beader, you can adapt it to your bead stuff. So that is something that I wanted to share with you. Another thing that I found, yes, you could make it larger and use it as a journal cover. The the size is actually 6 by 10 or 5 by 10. So yes, by all means, it could be converted to a journal cover, which I do a lot of fabric journal covers. I was talking to when I was in the closing show last night, I mentioned to Lilac Bloom, who's Reggie. She her demo yesterday, she did a patchwork journal cover with paper. And I said, I do that with fabric all the time. Let's collab something. So I'm thinking I need to talk to her. She texted me last night, but I haven't talked to her today because, avoidance of everything. My game plan, you want this fabric? Um, Let me adjust it and I'll figure it out. Where did it go? My lord. Harder end, do I have any stencils? I do. What kind of stencils are you looking for? Um, why is Whatnot acting a fool today? Okay, we're gonna edit the listing. Watch. Um, I don't know how to do it. Add. I'm just going to say butterfly neutral. And there. Errors found. Oh my gosh. There. A butterfly neutral. Done and done, my sweet. But anyway, all sorts of yes, I will. I know of a few that I can get my hands on right now. Okay. Yeah, let's do it later so I can get it all put together for you. But anyway, I know. I like this because I like the text on the fabric. And this one honestly was just me grabbing scraps and making a test of it. But I love this fabric. I love the grunginess of the script. It's random butterflies and dragonflies. And the felt that I have for it is so soft. I literally did this stitching while we were driving to Tucson to go buy beads. So thank you, Kristen. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to do to this, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what I want to do. It's not going to be until next month because I have so much scheduled this month, I'm losing my brain. There's that. So I'm going to set that aside. The other thing that I got is this is not real thick cardstock, but it's not like copy paper. I got a couple of reams of this and I want to test this out today. We're going to be playing with some stuff that I just got from Maple. I got an order from her today and I'm like, I get all these fun things to play with. I end up not playing with them and I need to go live. I need to figure out what to do. And I got all this cool stuff from her. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I don't know how we're going to do with it, but we're going to figure something out. Okay. Because I'm dying to play with this. It's brown packing tape. And yes, sweetie, I did order one of these. I paid for it. It was the first thing that I bought. And then the second thing that I bought was this. And you were going to bundle the rest of this stuff. And then I got this. And then you were going to put the rest of it in my bundle. So there's your explanation for that. It's all good. I got what I need. So these paper clips are really cool. I've been doing paper clip dangles. Wendy, hi, my babes. How are you? I sounded really creepy when I said that. I'm sorry. Hello, Wendy. How are you? I'm hoping you got sleep and you're feeling better. Good Lord. Botanical flowers, absolutely don't remember, but they're yellow and I love them. And they remind me of calendula. So we're going to roll with that. Perfect. Thanks for the gift, babe. They remind me of calendula, my favorite herbal medicine. The Halloween seals, we're going to have some fun with that. Halloween and flowers aren't really going to go together, but we're going to work on that. These I was actually going to use for my jewelry, but we're going to play with them in here. These word cards. I love the fact, because you guys know me and my grid paper. I love grid paper. Is it a resealable thing or do I have to cut it open? I guess I'm going to cut it open. Let me grab. It might still be hot, honey. Kinda. It could take 30 seconds. You're the best. See, we haven't even gotten going, and Rob already came to heat my coffee. God, I love that man. It was. Yeah, my friend Wendy's been going through it the last few days. So, um, it was motherly. Oh, baby, how you doing? Darlene, hello. Um, Let me get some sharp scissors. Anywho, so all of this said, oh no, you're fine, sweetie. Hun, this is like the best safe place you've ever been and you will ever find on Whatnot. So, word cards, but we all know how much I love grid paper. And this isn't like, this has got some oomph to it. We are going to have fun with this. So, in my chat, if you are not already, the Naked Maple, my dear friend, who lives here in Arizona, and I get to hug her every once in a while. We need a shopping trip, darling. Anyway, um, don't be creepy with me, girl. I'll make you cry. Um, there is a Dazo down by her house. I want to go. I want to meet you there because I've never been to Dazo. So that's just, we need to plan a trip so I can come to Dazo with you. But anyway, she does live shopping. She does live thrifting at Goodwill. Dazo is the Japanese Five Below or $2 store, however you want to look at it. I know, right? And they have amazing stuff. So it's like, it kind of reminds, have you ever been to a Five Below? Thank you, love. I appreciate you for bringing me hot coffee. You're the bestest.
My pleasure. And it is going to YouTube, by the way.
Oh, Tuesdays going to YouTube when I don't have a project planned.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to do a project. Yes, they are licensed to sell Disney. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Maple, can we plan a Dazo trip? What are you doing Thursday? Rob, Maria says she needs a cup too. Go make some, babe. We're going to be here. So, yeah. Thursday. I have the Create With Me scheduled, but I would cancel it if you want to schedule a Dazo shopping trip. I know. Thank you, Greta. You have one scheduled. Can I come meet you and come play with you?
Sorry, were you saying something to me?
Maria says she wants a cup of coffee too.
Okay. On my way.
He says he's on his way. Anywho, wording. Yes. So we'll talk about it later tonight. Anyway, so I want to create something. I don't know what I'm going to create, but I have all of these beautiful things that to some people are just office supplies or planner supplies. But for me, this kind of thing makes my creativity just like go crazy. Another thing that I have sitting beside me is I'm going to move this because that's going to be in my way. Some books that I got from the thrift store. And this is a fairy Bible. And I got this book because it has all kinds of amazing pictures in it. I'm going to tear it up, you guys. And I'm going to use it. These illustrations are to die for. We're going to use this to create some art. Should I keep this and not destroy it? Probably. Wendy, you got your ATCs yesterday. Please give you some grace. You haven't started September. Don't worry about it, babe. I haven't started September either. So I have the fairy book. Excuse me. I also got this. We could go totally vintage. But I'm thinking I want to do like a I have not seen these in forever either, and I was so excited. I may use this to make a journal, and I haven't decided yet, so we're going to set this aside. I got the Raggedy Ann one because I'm a child at heart, and I love Raggedy Ann, and I want to do a journal with the Raggedy Ann. It literally still has, this is so old, but this is a kid's book, and I don't know if you guys remember this. This is me going to my childhood. They're connected by yarn, and then they have little slots that they go in for each of the story pages. I remember. Good. So that means that you're around older like us. The other book that I got is the Encyclopedia of Discovery Nature, which also has amazing pictures in it. And so somewhere in all of this, oh, that reminds me of nursing school. Yikes. We're going to grab some images, some color, and we're going to create some stuff. I don't know what we're going to create yet, but I love the fact that these books that I've grabbed are, let me move my tape out of the way so it can go down a little bit. They have what is called a sewn binding. And if you have never worked with something with a sewn binding, you go to the center and you can see how these little signatures, each one where it has this, and by the way, this book is falling apart. So it's going to have to be taken apart anyway. But if you go to the middle of each one of these little things, go to the very center and you open it, what you see is, see if I can find something to go underneath there. There's threads. Can you see that? These are amazing because what you can do is you can snip these threads and take these pages out whole. So if you go to, let's see, what are we? We're not going to do lizards today. Do they have butterflies? Because we got the whole butterflies theme going. There's bees. Cacti. I could have used that. Hey, did you guys notice that I hand drew my ATCs for the month? Ooh, I found a butterfly. So here's butterflies and moths. You did. I was feeling kind of sassy that day. So where is the center of this one? So to show you what I'm doing, I found the butterfly page that I want to play with. So I'm going to go to the center of this. I'm going to open it up. And I've found the stitching. And it's funny that I'm cutting this with my palette, or pulling it with my palette knife. I guess it's called a knife for a reason. And you cut their threads. And then you can just take the pages and you can gently pull them out So you have the full page. Pretty cool. This is how you disassemble a book if you want to keep it intact. And you just keep pulling. Now, typically, I know, right? Typically what happens, because I've hit the outside of this particular signature, this one is glued to the next one. Hi, Cheryl. How are you, my friend? So I can very carefully pull that glue to keep that intact. If I were doing an altered book, I would leave that glued and just pull all the center pages and use the outside ones that are glued together for an altered book. Does that make sense? But because the spine is destroyed, the cover is destroyed. It was like this when I bought it. I'm not going to worry too much about that. If we go in to disassemble a book, you've got book binding cloth in here. This is called book binding cloth, and that's what holds everything together. I'm kind of glad that we have this. And then this is the book binding tape. So sometimes disassembling a book, this looks like a spooky, like this is going to be a Halloween thing. Just saying. So I'm going to continue to go down and try to very carefully unglue this. There's a book binding cloth to keep you together. I'm telling you, girl. You'll learn. I'm very frequently a hot mess. My head is full of so much knowledge and so many ideas that everybody gets used to me. But I've just been creating and doing these things and teaching for so many years. I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of senseless knowledge in my head. And some days it's a lot. So there, I pulled this all apart so you can kind of see. So this is what a book looks like. All of the signatures are put here and the edges are glued. I was working on something earlier and was like, oh, I could do this or these. No, wait, this. That's my whole life. I want to sew. I have a sewing machine. My friend brought me her serger to do some projects. It's sitting on my sewing table. I haven't even taken the cover off of it. I have a bead room. I have brand new beads that I got in Tucson last week, which I'm going to be showing tomorrow, by the way. So bookmark that if you need gorgeous beads. That little plug for my show. I want to go play with my sparkly beads, but I played with beads for 2 days and now I need art to settle my brain down. And then I got this badass package from Maple and I want to play with all the stuff she sent me. And oh crap, I have a show scheduled and it's Art Room Tuesday and I'm supposed to be teaching people stuff and I can't even think straight. This is my life. We are all geniuses. So anyway, we're going to set this. Oh my gosh, it's still hooked over here. Sometimes this glue is just obnoxious. This really looks like the old school, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody said it yesterday in one of the shows. What is it called? Can't remember. Rubber cement. Thank you, Lacey. She was paying attention. That's what this looks like, is the old school rubber cement. But anyway, we're going to use this haunted house in another project for maybe later or another day. So we got that set aside. These book covers are really thick. So I'm going to keep those because that's going to make a good journal cover. I got gross glue everywhere. But do you see how this book, we have so many there. That is amazeballs. We're not going to use it right now, but I am going to bookmark that for later. Nightmare on Elm Street, right? It reminds me of my brain when I can't focus, is what it reminds me of. So I'm going to set that aside. All right. Let's get rid of this yucky. Wendy, right? It's like me on a daily basis. Just like that open mouth silent scream. Somebody help me. What are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to make a book? Are we going to make some tags? We got all of these beautiful things to play with. And I want to play with this. When I get to, obviously I'm not chatting. Obviously I'm not trying to show you guys stuff and all of that. I want to see how this paper, here's some pages that were like bent up in the package. And before I sell you any of this, I want to see how it takes ink. I want to see, is it really absorbent? It kind of feels like it would be good. Is it going to be good for book pages? Yes, because it's not thin like, words are hard today. It's not thin like the printer paper, but it is, it might be way too absorbent. So we're going to play. I have this stamp set here with some words. I have this one. I did some ATCs with this set. It was fun. I love the tree, the flowers, and the sayings in here are really good. Kristen, yes. 90, what the hell? I mean, hi Ames, how are you, babe? Casey, America, welcome. We very often go X-rated around here, Lee. It's all good. You're in good company here. Yeah. Screaming, releasing emotions, but here's the thing, and it's kind of something to think about. Creating releases those emotions too. Even if it's taking paint or gesso or whatever and throwing it down, it works. Inks. My friends. Surely I have ink around here that works. Let's see what colors we have. You want a dummy? I don't even know if this ink pad still works, but we're going to try it. When you're inking your stamp, thank you. You know the funny part about it was a total accident. My nail color. Complete accident. Right? Oh, I got all of my cards put in a binder. Oh, shit. Does it just not work? How do I have ink pads that don't work? All right, we're having like a bad ink pad day. Let's get one that we know works. I am just not in the mood for bright colors, my friends. I got all of my cards put in a binder from all of the swaps. We've been doing the swaps now for 5 months. That worked. Your closet is depressed. It's just too much. Too much, my friends. All right, we're gonna go back to. I have all these. I have ink pads over here. Let's clean this off and see what happens. I'm going to use a different color. That's too much. Just too much for me, my friends. As much as I love purple, we may get there where I can do the purple, but not right now. Clean the stamp off. You will find that I very often gravitate to very grunge. It's kind of my go-to. I thought about doing jelly prints today, and I kind of had in the back of my mind that I was going to do jelly prints until Rob came home and brought me that package from Maple. And I was like, I just want to play with this stuff. There we go. So my question is, we're going to take some of this. Oh, good. These pop open. Oh, Lee. You've never heard of jelly prints? She's going to make me want to pull out my... So we had a wonderful 2 days and we became friends. Are we good enough friends that I can corrupt you? Because it is a corruption. Do you have acrylic paints? Oh, I hang out with me. I'll make it worse. Okay. Do you have a brayer? Okay. So what I am about to show you is going to cost you between $40 and $50. Okay. I will teach you how to do this. It is something that I demo very frequently. And I'm just going to show you samples. Everybody in this chat right now is dying laughing because each and every one of them has been corrupted. I'm going to scooch the camera up a little bit. These are pages that were created with a jelly plate and acrylic paint and copy paper. This is the most satisfying, relaxing form of art that you will ever do. I work with all kinds of mediums. I love my watercolors, my acrylics, stamping, bookmaking, bookbinding, all the things. but my go-to, I go back to time and time again, is Jelly Prints. All of this. Are you in love yet? This one is using, we're getting to fun stuff. This one is using plants from my garden and making prints of it. This is from Horehound that I used to make cough syrup. I know, ma'am. I'm telling you, ma'am. This is like so addicting, and it is like the best thing in the world for stress relief. Yeah. So just start budgeting. It's called, here, let me put it in chat for you. That's what you need. There, I know that on the app, there's a couple of people that sell the jelly plates, but they sell the smaller ones. I would recommend getting nothing smaller than an 8x10. And if you can afford it, get the 9x12. Those are my suggestions for you. Okay, back to what we were doing. So we're going to see how this gorgeous grid paper from Maple beater, brayer. No, you don't want a beater. You want a brayer. For God's sake. Much love, my friend. Oh, that takes ink beautifully. Truth. Hi, Primera. I didn't see you come in. This is going to be fun. Okay, so we like these. Let's throw some water on here. Paintbrush would be magnificent, my friend. And see what happens if it can handle some wet without getting pilled up and gross. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm still testing this cardstock that I got. And, oh, nice. We can do some light watercoloring on it. Let's test this grid paper. Color, we need color. Just to show the difference. We're going to use this mini palette that I got going on. Moon Glow always works. Well, that was a lot of water. We don't need that. So this is how I play when I get new supplies. This is how I test it. I always try to see what it's capable of before I start throwing it in my projects. Because I don't want to get halfway through a project and find that my paper just fell apart that I spent so much time putting in my project, if that makes any sense at all. Oh, Maple, I love you right now. Do you know how amazing it is to have grid paper that takes watercolor? Oh, the possibilities. Okay, so we're not done. I know. Amaze balls. Yes, maple can. It comes in a 3-pack, and they're $4 or $5 for a 3-pack. I don't remember for sure. And it's I committed us. We're going shopping at Dazo on Thursday. I'm going to drive down, and you will be able to get these on Thursday. So I voluntold her. We were doing a joint shopping trip. Dang phone calls. Tell him to go away. We're busy. So we have this. Now, the next thing that we need to test that we got from Maple is this. So if you have ever purchased from her and got a package, she uses this amazing, amazing stuff to package. But, oh, right, Wendy does amazing work. Her creations are to die for. Okay, so we have this packing tape. It slightly acts like so it's not ripping the paper when I pull it up, which is good. It doesn't stick to itself. And we are going to put some Pomera. I know. I had so many people not send cards this last month. It was kind of disheartening. Oh, it's much better than washi because it's going to hold. Now we're going to see if we can stamp on it. And then we're going to see if we can watercolor on it. So again, I'm taking this stamp and we're going to see what it does. If Maple's watching this, she's dying right now. Okay, so not good. Regular ink beads up on it. We stamp it off. It doesn't hold regular ink. Dye-based inks. No, ma'am. Okay. So next we're going to try is clean this off. And we're going to see what it does with a StazOn. See how that does. And I'm assuming the StazOn is going to work because I use StazOn on glass. So we'll see how it does. Maybe. Where'd that other piece go that I ripped off? So I'm going to put this down. She drops the permanent ink pad and gets it everywhere. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Tina. How are you, sweetie? Can you see that? Maybe. Watching from your work call room. Got it. Tina, you're a nurse, aren't you? It does. I seem to remember seeing that. Or maybe I'm just totally off my rocker. Because NP at the NICU. See? I remembered. Go me, I remembered something. Sorry, love. So we know that the water isn't going to work. We were able to stamp on it for a, yeah, water just balls up on it. So, Thank you, Kristen. You guys know my brain is like a hot mess most of the time. But fellow nurses kind of click in my head, so I don't know. How about, let's try a Posca pen and see what happens. Oh, that's rare. So the Posca pens ball up on it. I wonder what a Sharpie does. Right? Tamara, that is beautiful. She said her husband was giving her crap when she was grabbing maps when they were up in the mountains on her birthday. And then it was the state of your state, and she's like, I needed those. I know, right? I gave up and drew mine because, we all know that my art room is in such disarray and I can't find anything. So I whipped out the pencil and I drew everything. I drew the cacti. I drew the state. Right? Hush, hub. I know what I need. So the Sharpie works. Posca pens do not, which shocks me because Posca pens work on almost everything. So we can use StazOn, which is an alcohol-based ink. We can use Sharpies, but not Posca pens. It's a situation, my friends. Sarita did back to school. Do you guys want me to show the ATCs while I'm playing around with this stuff? I know, right? Okay, let me grab the ATC book. She offers that, and her brain went, oh crap, where'd you put the ATC book, Tam? I know where it's at. Give me a second. And this is how my brain bings. We're going to set this project aside for a second. Where's the lid to the watercolors? We're going to put the watercolors away for a second so we don't, sorry, that was loud. I already dipped my word cards. It has been dipped in watercolor. And yes, please, since I was in both groups this time and I was bummed because I missed the Galaxy guy. Oh, Cosmic Drips. So for all of you, yeah, they're amazing artists. His wife Casey and I have been friends for a lot of years. She actually is the one that referred me to sell on Whatnot. So where is the beginning of State of Your State? So those are the monochromatic ones and the State of Your State. Okay. So State of Your State. I don't know how well this, let me turn this light off and see if that helps. No? Okay. We'll just hold it up. So I did, hold on. I almost spilled my coffee. That would not be good. I mean, coffee dyeing is awesome and all, but not when you dump a cup of coffee on your whole art desk. I have done that before in the middle of a demo. And I have a really cool, naturally coffee dyed journal. It's sitting right in front of me. But that's a story for another time. So, State of Your State. This is, let's see if I can take this out. Might be easier. Yes. So this is Judy's card. Oh, this is my card. I did the quail. This is, excuse me, Wendy's card. Liz. Patty. Sharon. Tasha. Sarah. Mickey. Karen. Sarita. Paul. Greta. Susan. Katie. Tamika. That's group one. I think I have them labeled correctly. If I don't, yell at me. Group two, there's my cacti. Judy. Wendy. Liz. Patty. Sharon. Tasha. Sarah. Libby. Carmen. Bobby. Or Pamira, as you all know. Mons. Amber. And B. So that is our ATC swap for August, which was State of Your State. And I finally got them all put in a binder. We got a raid? Was that Prince on the last one? Yes, Pamira, it was. Jen, JW808, thank you so very much for the raid, my dear. How are you doing today? I saw a thumbnail for you earlier today that you are on your road to 1,000. Much proud. All of you, if you are not following JW808, her name is Jen. She is newer to the app, and she is an extremely talented creator. And does junk journaling among other things. So please give her a follow. So Rita, working on yours this week. Nice. Yep, I got a binder for them and I love it. It was $5 with a refill at Michael's. That's nice. Are they shop or personal theme? Lee. We do a different theme every month. It is a swap that we've been doing for a long time. That's awesome. JW, good, just playing around. Good. That's what we're doing. We're playing around. We're playing with an order that I got from the Naked Maple, and I got a lot of new fun toys. Anne, welcome. Craft Owl. I've got a background for one done, but that's it. I have not even started mine, so I need to get it together. No, that's not true. I did some master boards and I cut them up and I lost my creative mojo and have not done anything more with it. So, this is where this is a class that I taught a bazillion years ago. But this is where I keep my ongoing, I don't know, swaps, extras. If I have stuff left over, like I've got leftovers from last month because we had so many people not send in. This is from, I joined a swap through Love Be My Studio. I think that's her name. Anyway, so we sent out ATCs and then got some back. It's very different. It's not like I don't know. How do I say it? What I have always known as a swap, I'm struggling for words here, is you send everything to the hostess and the hostess swaps them and sends them back out. She basically coordinated a list of people that you send an ATC to. It was very different. It was learning. Rachel loves shopping. Hello. But anyway, this is what I squirreled. So this is one background that I did. And then this is the other background that I did. And it's all textured with modeling paste. I can't get into it. So I put them aside for another day and I'm going to start over for September. That was the whole point of that rant. Stamped to Julie Nutting doll, watercolor her, made a 3D dress on her and wanted to make a 50s diner or kitchen for a background and I got stuck. Pamira, still stuck. I drew it. I was still stuck. Finally, I watercolored in the background in blocks and then I sketched again and I collaged on it. You know, Pamira, I have so many Julie Nutting stamps, and something that I got, Maple got for me at Goodwill, the Julie Nutting watercolor tags. She found a bag of different stuff, and there were 2 packs of them in there. Sarita, have a blessed night. Thanks for hanging out with my chaos today. Send me a picture of it. Guys, I got a bunch of paintbrushes if anybody needs paintbrushes. The Naked Maple, when she was thrifting last week, the week before, I don't know. It's hard for me to keep track because I claim stuff and we're friends, so we do local pickup a lot. You did dolls for your swap? That's awesome. I love your dolls so much. I am so honored to have one. And I'm excited to know that I'm going to get another. So, y'all, this is where we're at with this. We've tested this out. We figured out what's good. We figured out that this paper we can play with. So let's just, for time's sake, because I've rambled for long enough, I believe, let's make a couple of tags. You distracted me. Honey, no, no, everybody. I distract myself. It's all good. Um, Me getting distracted is nobody's fault but my own. So we're gonna grab the guillotine paper cutter because I need a new blade in my slide one, and I'm lazy and haven't put one in yet. You have coffee, Maria? My coffee's cold now. I should probably yell at Rob. Custom wood burning. Hello, Tamika, my friend. How are you? Are you at work, love? Coffee. We have to have coffee. Yeah, I was gonna be such a good girl, and I was gonna make me herbal tea. I swear, I was gonna do it, and I didn't. And here we are drinking coffee. 5 o'clock again. 2.5. I don't know why. And Amber's Coke, yeah. 2.5. You guys, when I went through lurking and working, I know. I wish I could find a job where I could lurk and work. When I went through I was a Dr. Pepper girl. Like 2 or 3 44-ounce Dr. Peppers a day. Not kidding. I know it's a lot, but I did. When I went through my cancer treatments, the one thing that got me was soda, like, made me so sick. I don't know what it was, but I could not handle the carbonation in soda. Um, Rob drank Pepsi like water. Well, instead of water, I always drank Dr. Pepper and coffee. I would like have coffee until about, mind you, I was traveling nurse, so I was going from house to house. So I would have coffee until about 11 o'clock. I would stop and get my first 44-ounce soda. Then, usually between patients around 3 or so, I would grab another 44-ounce Dr. Pepper. And then when I got done seeing patients, regardless of what time it was, I would grab a third one on my way home. I would make dinner, we'd have dinner, and then I'd make a pot of coffee and I'd drink coffee until it was time to go to bed. That was my routine, like for years and years and years and years of my life. When I went through the cancer treatments, all of a sudden, carbonated drinks made me want to like retch. So I stopped drinking soda and just kind of went, oh, maybe it'll go away when I'm done with these treatments. Yeah, no. Every once in a while, I could manage. Like if Rob and I will go out to eat and they don't have water or lemonade or something, or they don't have lemonade and I want something to drink other than water. That's what I was trying to say. Um, I'll get like a root beer. Every once in a while, I have a Dr. Pepper, and it tastes so nasty to me. It is the weirdest thing in the world. Yes, I drink water all day long. Yeah, I drink. Lee, I was told that when I got my top denture, my taste buds would change. I'm hoping I lose my taste for pop. You, you know, I don't know. It just, so I just never went back to drinking it. My problem is now that I don't drink soda, I drink a crap ton more coffee. Jen, when I stopped drinking alcohol, I couldn't drink soda because it would trigger cravings. That's interesting. I never thought about that. Hmm. Arizona tea and coffee. Nice. Yeah. Um, Arizona tea has a mango one that I like. The mucho mango. I can handle that. Cigarettes do too, and quit smoking because you got bronchitis before I found out I was pregnant with my son, and I wasn't one of those people. Tea makes you gag, Maria? That's interesting. Original with honey and ginseng. Yeah, it's not bad. My thing with a lot of teas, because I'm an herbalist and I grow my own herbs and I make my own tea blends, a lot of the commercial teas taste gross to me. So there's that. All right, we're going to make some tags, my friends. No, no, no. You could smoke and cough. Pomera says I could smoke and cough at the same time. So when I found out, I quit. But smoking always triggers drinking, or drinking triggers smoking, one or the other. Oh, we need to talk about herbs to grow to make tea. Jen, absolutely. Where do you live? It's always, what growing zone are you in? You can't do hot teas. See, I can't stand cold tea. If it's hot, I'm golden with it. Cold teas are icky. You're in Hawaii, but moving to Florida. Okay, well, Florida has pretty much the same growing as we do. There are some things that you can grow in Florida that you can't grow there, and vice versa. But for the most part, hot tea reminds Wendy. You sound like my son. It's kind of humorous. I have a grown ass son that thinks that anything herbal is of the devil, and his wife like tries to sneak stuff in. She's like, "Mom, we need blah blah blah," and then she tries to sneak it in, and he's like, "You've been getting stuff from my mom again." It's a situation. Flower backgrounds. I don't know what we're doing. I'm playing and reading chat is basically what's happening. And I cannot believe for once we do not have a project going on, and we're streaming to YouTube on a Tuesday. I don't even understand this. So if you're watching us from YouTube, this is kind of chaos. This is not our normal Tuesday in the art room. Generally, we do things that are helpful to our mental health. We learn things in our actual projects that we work on. But this is a form of working on our mental health, because what we are doing, Jen, 100% agree with you. So, what we are doing right now is a form of working on our mental health by just playing around and doing something creative and chatting with friends. And sometimes that is all you can muster, is to play and have the support of friends. Duck around and find out. Hello. Maybe you need, I know, right? Pointing off the stamp. Let's see what else other fun stuff we have over here that we can add to this. Are there things on here that we can do? You all are probably going, Tam, what are you doing? Well, to be quite honest, Tam doesn't know what she's doing. Lee me Danny and Wix. Wendy, I hope no one holds it against me, but I still smoke. I quit for 4 years and started back because of stress. You know, here's the situation. Nobody's going to hate you, and you all know how I feel about judgmental people. They get booted. I know, right? Mary. Lee, what do you want us to call you? I know that Lee is not your real name. So do you have a preference? Okay. So we're good to call you Danny? I know you did, but it was kind of chaotic day yesterday, and now that we're calm and it sounds weird. Stick with Lee. You got it. I'm just random stamping some flowers on here. Your real nickname sounds weird. I mean, you spent 2 days with myself and everybody else calling you Lee. And that's kind of what ended up happening. You got used to it. And now it's like, wait, who's she talking about? I get that. It makes it easier too because a lot of times I find myself, people come in the show and I call them by their names because I know them or outside of here. Shiloh, thank you, my dear. We're playing with these cool papers that I got from Maple. You want love and light, but it's too long. I know, right? Hello, beautiful friend. How are you? Hi, Leslie. I was talking to you, but I'm just talking about using people's real names and how it messes everybody up. So, a reworker's passion is my beautiful friend Leslie. Hi. I got too many flowers. It's definitely not what I wanted to do. Lee, I quit smoking a few years ago too. My stress is so bad. Plus, I have functional neurological disorder, so I have to be very careful. Shiloh never. Jen, I figured I've stopped drinking alcohol. I was able to overcome opioid addiction after back surgery, and smoking is the least of my vices in life. I do want to quit someday, though. Right? No judgment at all. And I have always said that if you are a judgmental person, you have no place in my shows because we don't do that here. We just don't. I know, right? Maple. Sorry, that was loud. You hit like the honey pot of my new favorite thing to create with. I assumed when I saw the packaging, I assumed. And I am so glad that I made the assumption because I was very correct. I saw the grid paper and I hoped it wasn't just the packaging and that it was actually grid paper. It's so hard to make those judgment calls when people are live and they're moving around and everything's so chaotic. Excuse me. So you kind of just have to roll with it and hope you're right. And yeah, those are the best. Jen, non-judgmental here. You want them? So Thursday we're gonna be at Daiso. I'm gonna go meet Maple at Daiso, and they will be for sale on Thursday. Shiloh, I'm sober 30 years and smoking cigarettes was the hardest to give up and the last to go. You'll know when you're ready. Absolutely. Pamela, oh Tam, I sent you the picture of the paper doll a little later if you want to look at it because I don't want to interrupt you now that I'm in a flow. My brain is not in a flow. My hands are. It's like, this is what's happening. That island girl, hello and welcome. You know, much love to all of you. No. Mary. Shame on you for even thinking that. Anyway, so we determined that we can watercolor on this. Yes, I have. Maple. Maple asks, have you seen people stamp with clay, take clay, make an imprint of anything, and then stamp? So cool. Yes. And I also have the stuff to carve my own stamps. That sounds like a fun field trip art day. Okay, unbearing the watercolors again. What are we doing? We're gonna, of course I stuck those stamps right where that goes. Chaos on my table. So we determined with these cool cards and this new cardstock that I got that we can watercolor on it, which is kind of amazing. Jen, I have a fun little secret. Jen just kind of triggered it. So my daughter-in-law asked me if she could join the swap for this month. And I'm like, of course. So we were talking about different things because she does all kinds of creative things. She's so artistic, it's ridiculous. But she does bird watching. She loves birds. She does crochet. She does all these things. But what she did is she found there is an eagle that I can't remember what it's called. A specific eagle. It is huge and it is in one place. But one of them actually crossed the Great Divide and went up into Alaska. It's been spotted in different places. And is it called a golden eagle, Jen? Is that what am I talking about the right thing? However, she actually took a picture of this eagle, drew it from the picture, created a stamp. She carved the stamp, and she made her artist trading cards for the swap this month with the stamp of that eagle. Talent, I'm telling you. I know. I am so excited to show you guys. I know, right? And here we are freaking out about our little cards, and she's going to the extent of creating a stamp to create the cards because she wanted to highlight this eagle. Love that girl so much. We're going to throw some paint down. So I'm excited. She showed me her prototype and asked me if it was good enough, and I kind of snorted at her. Right? So, full disclosure, they don't blend well. I'm not on watercolor paper. I should know this, but it does look pretty cool. So I know you all went. I know we all went in her group. If you'd like to join that when you're ready, Emily, you are welcome whenever. The cards are due to me on the 25th of every month. And I decided to do announce themes 2 months in advance. And what that has done is the people that struggle with it, they already know what Octobers are. And if it takes them a little longer to get their cards done, maybe they can't get them done in a month, but they already have the theme. So some people are already working on October cards, which is fall. Other people did both groups and I've already received them. So I know. September's theme is artist choice. You do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. October's theme is fall. You make 15 artist trading cards. They are 2.5 by 3.5. And send me 15 cards. Under normal circumstances, you will not get one of your own back, so keep one for yourself just in case. Send me 15. I will swap them out. And Maria, absolutely. Here. This is my train card. We have watercolor, we have stamping, we have inks, watercolor acrylics, fibers, a charm. That's about as mixed media as you're going to get. Maria, sleep well, my friend. I hope you have a very blessed day tomorrow. Ames, I love you. Ames says, must be nice being overachievers. Honestly, I'm low-key jelly that some people have their shit together. Thank you, Pamira. Shiloh, thank you. Those were my limited edition cards to commemorate the raid train. I do a set of 10 every month. Just front, no identifying info. Actually, let me find one of my trades. Do I have one up here? So like this was the monochromatic. You can title it or not, sign it. I put the date, and this one is 1 of 20. You can handwrite it. You can do a stamp. Just sign and date your art. Thank you. But yeah. So these are all different cards. These are the train ones over the months. This was last month's swap. I always do both groups so I can have one of everybody's card. Do they all have to match, Jen? I say make them similar. Do they have to be exact? Absolutely not, because I always do a master board for my background, and then my decoration on top is the same. You do you. That's what I say. I want people creating. Oh, and this is one of my monochromatic ones from July. I love my creepy clown so much. But anyway, it's you do you. Yes, if you do 2 groups, they have to be different because a lot of people do 2 groups and I don't want them to get 2 of your cards. So say you're going to join both groups, do a blue card for one group and do a green card for the other group. So people are not getting 2 of the same card. You can't just do 30 of the exact same card. And you are welcome to join both groups. Yeah, right. Bobby, got it. Tell me you want to join and I'll put you on the list. It's pretty much that simple. Here's my issue. I have so many people joining and I have a group for ATCs and Whatnot only allows you to have 32 people in a group chat. And our group chat is full. So, and I've had more people sign up. So I think what I'm going to do is start a second group. Where's my list? And I'm going to break it down between group 1 and group 2. All skill levels are welcome. Absolutely. Oh, guys, and this is one of my working journals. These are jelly prints and extra papers, and I bound it into a book. And this is how I keep track of all my stuffs. I'm going to need a manager soon. Are you applying, Mare? Because you know I love you. Okay, so Shiloh, you want in for reals? Yes. You need to make some first. Okay, so do this, Shiloh. I need a piece of paper. Shit, where's something I can write on? The theme for October swap, which will be due to me October 25th, is fall. There. Do one group. Yes, I have you in both groups, Maple. Hey, do you have them done? I can pick them up from you. I literally felt you flip me off all the way from South Phoenix, girlfriend. You got 2 days. Get it together. I'm just kidding you. Kidding. So here's the thing with this, and this is why I started doing this. We all create, we all are scattered. Our brains, most of us, are a hot mess. If you have a deadline and a project, it forces you to create and it forces you to get into the habit of creating, shipping to me, and then you get all of these amazing cards back and you have all of this inspiration. And I have half a brain, Lee, half a brain, but I utilize it well. My husband Rob has the other half and he keeps me straight. You'll learn. But what it does is it gives you a deadline, a project, and most of the time I give a theme. So it gives you a ballpark to work on. And let's face it, a 2.5 by 3.5 canvas is a lot easier to work with than a huge art journal or an actual canvas. It's a safe space. We have people in our group that have never created a piece of art in their lives. We have people in our group that are famous artists that are in galleries, and we have everybody in between. Nobody is judgmental. Everybody appreciates the art, and everybody is learning. And I can literally go back, and because we've been doing it for about 5 months now, I can show you people that did it for the very first time and what their cards look like this month. And I don't know if they notice it, but the skill level and the creativity and the complexity just grows every month because you get all of these cards back and it's something that inspires you. And I send these cards out and somebody looks at them and goes, "Ooh, I could put lace on my cards." And so then I get a couple of more cards with lace next month. Or somebody else is like, "Ooh, I use music paper. I could put music paper in." So I've noticed a difference in everybody, and it's fun to look back at my notebook and look at people, how they've changed and evolved over the months. Maple, I do giveaways with others ATCs, and people actually have messaged me saying how much they love them. Absolutely. Um, you got it, Lee. And just you can start out with 15. Basically, what you do, I live in Arizona, so consider your shipping time. If you're in Florida, it's going to take a week to 10 days to get to me. So keep that in mind. Um, you ship me your 15 ATCs. So, Lee, it's going to take you a week to get to me. So you need to send them at least a week to 10 days early. Um, I have some leeway there. You go to the post office, you put your ATC, well, you put them in like a Ziploc bag so they're protected. A lot of people use the plastic card protectors. Some people don't. It's not mandatory. Um, I do ask that you sign them and date them. You can number them if you want. You don't have to. It doesn't really matter. Um, put them inside of a bubble envelope. Address to yourself. Put it inside of your outer packaging, whether it's like a poly mailer. Weigh it, figure out how much postage it's going to be to ship to me, and put that same amount in with your cards in the one that's addressed to yourself. So you're going to pay for postage to me. I get it. I already have your envelope with your name on it that I'm going to ship it back to you. I swap everybody's cards out and then I ship them back to you in that envelope. You can either send me a label, which you can get on pirateship.com. It's free to make an account. You can send me stamps, or you can just send me cash. I will say shipping is about $5 to $6. So you're going to pay $5 to $6 to ship it to me, and it's going to cost you $5 to $6 to ship it back to you. So October is due October 25th. With Pirate Ship, you can track it. Craftel, I will say with the stamps though, I have been personally driving them to the post office. You are all very welcome because it's a 30-minute drive and I hate going to town. Um, I make sure that I have shipping for, or I have tracking for everybody's, even the people that use stamps. I get tracking label and put it on there so I have it. Yes, Wendy says, make sure you keep one for yourself. You'll see yourself grow. Yeah. So there's all of that. So I have you down for October. Art in the Beehive. You're looking through yours now. Oh, Bee, you changed your name. Hi, Bee. You got yours good. I see that. Hi, how are you, Bee? Your cards are gorgeous, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm glad you got your cards. Yes. So now that you've got your feet wet, are you ready to do 2 sets for this month? Thank you. Yeah, we have. She's giggling at me. Guys, we're still trying to do 1 tag. We have been on here for almost 2 hours and haven't even got through 1 tag. Don't overwhelm yourself. I'm saying, do not overwhelm yourself. Show cards to the newbies. Squirrel. I know, right? I have cold coffee. We can't have that. Shiny. I know. Rob. Gorgeous, handsome man. Can you help me?
Yes, baby.
I have very cold coffee, and that's yucca. Thank you, baby. I'm spoiled. All right, Pamira, I was going to say maybe I need you to sign me up for the 2 groups again instead of 1 since you showed me Cosmic. And then I talked about my daughter-in-law. I know. If you get 2 groups done, send them to me, Bobby. Yeah, it's not worth stressing over. Oh, Craftel. I have a backup coffee pot. I'm not lying. And I also have a Keurig that I can make one on the fly. Okay, babe. Have fun. This is what we do all the time. If you do any beadwork, come see me tomorrow and see all the pretties that I have. Love and light, my friend. Have a blessed rest of your night. These. How are we going to do this? We're going to create a tag. We're going to be good. And we're going to get this done. I can color this background. I cannot. I can just make it. I could do splatters. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do some splatters on these flowers. This is a really bad paintbrush to use for splatters, but it's what I have at hand. I don't feel like grabbing my other one. Thank you, love. I appreciate you.
Oh, pleasure, baby.
Oh, that's a blessing. You wish your splatters came out like this. I'm not. Oh no, I'm not going anywhere, babe. I'm gonna keep playing because honestly, my mental health is in the trash. I can't get anything done, so I need to create. Do we need a splatter lesson? I'm just tired. Slaughters. You slaughter your artwork often. I do too. Greta, I sent you an ATC. I did it. And I didn't even put any demeaning notes in there or anything. I just told you how much I loved you. Pamira, I was so ticked off. Did I tell you at the bag sale at the what? Did I tell you at the bag sale at the DIY craft store, I found 4 packs of little playing cards. Actually, the best thing to do splatters is a fan brush. Individually wrapped knowledge, maybe 25 cents. They have to be for crafts and ATCs. Nope, 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Yeah. So that was addressed, Pamira. You can still create on the cards and just put them on a card base if you want to. Fan brush is the best way to go. One of the things that people don't get with splatters is it's not wet enough. If your paint is too thick, it's not going to splatter evenly. The other thing is people often do this and they get weird splatters. But if you take your brush, and this is, can you see how wet that is? If you hit the brush on your finger or another brush, you have better control. If you're getting big, ugly splotches, if it is, let's see, too much water, see how they went really big there? And not enough paint. Do little taps and little bit at the time. Where your paintbrush is pointing is where you're going to get your splatters. Okay, I'm done. You're welcome. Guys, I don't know. It's just all this. Have I ever done? Yes. There again, if it's too wet, it doesn't work. Let me go back. Pamira. It's all. Yeah, you don't. Wrist action, babe. It is. Yeah, the shrink wrap deck. Some of the decks are not the right size, and you have to pay attention to it. You don't have to control it, but it's a situation. Um, yeah, when you do watercolor, if you you can do a salt technique on it. Ames says I've added a little chunk. Sorry, I choked there. I've added a little chunk of lace, pleated paper, etc. to the edge. Yeah, that's true. Ames, good idea. Thank you. Um, I like it for celestial skies a lot. Here we are, kids. Does she have a plan? No, ma'am. I'm just playing. So, do we have a saying in here? That's going to fit on this tag. I'm worried about what's going to fit. It's not going to work. Oh, yeah, we did have that one set that was very much. Lynn, you can't get the salt text. Your paint's too wet when you put it on, and you're not waiting until it's completely dry to scrape it off. Craft Dell, I prefer to work on a large sheet, make my background, then cut it down. I do that all the time. Yeah, Pamela, you do amazing work. The fact that a very large portion of your creations are hand drawn makes me very happy. I will say, did you guys see Libby's demo yesterday? Oh, for all that is holy. Why is my phone dead? It's plugged in. I hate when it does this to me. Hold that thought, guys. Sorry, I'm shaking you. Yes. So she's actually, I'm sorry I'm shaking you guys. I'm trying to get my charger to work on my phone. It's been plugged in the whole time, but my phone says it's dead and it's not charging. Now it is. Sweet. Unreal. So where she drew all the little different things, she actually did that for her ATC swap for August, and she had never made any before. That is why she got that book, so she could draw her ATCs, because for some reason she missed the memo that you could do whatever, and she thought you had to literally draw every single card. So she joined the swap. It was the first time she's ever made an ATC card, and she hand drew everyone. Kudos to her, and I'm so impressed. And now she's loving it, and she's using the techniques that she learned to make her earring cards and her business cards. Right? It is awesome. So, all right, back to where we were. We need something across here. We do have this word stamp. I know. Art is growing, I'm telling you. It's your day. Where did you see that? The bottom. Oh, this one? I'm just worried that I like that. But I'm worried that it's not, oh, for all that is holy, why are you stuck in there? Come out. I hate those plastic things. May I show you? I'm going to brag a little bit. I'm such a brat. Anyway. B. Confession. For a long time, I refused to follow along drawing books, only drew from observation. Now I am learning from all the drawing books, right? I'm concerned that it's not going to be solid enough to show up over these flowers. but we'll try it because Cheryl picked it. What's the worst that can happen? Ooh, we can emboss it. Oh, I wonder if we can emboss on this. Do we want to learn embossing? What the hell did I put this thing? We can emboss it. So I have this secret place under my desk because my desk is like, I want to say 3 feet high, 3.5 feet high. I don't know. It's at my waist. And there's a set of drawers under there that keeps all of my essentials. So I'm going under the desk is what I'm trying to point out here. And we're pulling the embossing drawer. So we're doing purples. We have a Versamark. What color? We need one that's going to show up. I don't have a dark. Ooh. I have copper though. Okay. That, and that should do us for a minute. Okay. So embossing is fun. You can do it as simply as you want. We are going to put, so let's figure out where we're going to position this. We're going to position this here. So we want this saying like right here, right? Bam. So when you're getting ready to emboss, one of the things that you use is, I know Stampin' Up! World, they called it an embossing buddy. I'm kind of sure that's what it is everywhere else. It is this little pouch that has like a powdery substance, and what it does is it keeps the embossing powder from sticking anywhere except for where you put the ink. So I'm going to rub that over my paper. Okay. The second thing you need to use is either a pigment ink or a watermark. The watermark is clear, but it's tacky and it takes a while to dry. Oh, that powder's gonna make me sneeze. So I'm inking my stamp with the Versamark. The other thing we're going to use is a embossing powder, and we're going to use copper. So inking with the Versamark, which is clear, we are going to stamp it on the page. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. We're going to dump the embossing powder over it, dump off the excess, and see how that embossing powder has stuck to the ink. Okay. I'm going to set this all aside. Now, there's a couple of things with embossing. You can, I know that they have all the fancy dancy heat guns now. I don't see the point. If you find that you have a very fine embossing powder, if you heat from the bottom, it will keep from blowing your embossing powder everywhere. You can heat from the top. So I want you to be able to see as this turns. I'm just keeping the heat steady, and I'm sorry it's loud. I can hold it different. And see how you have that shiny? There we go. It's really that easy. Do we need a repeat? Oh, sorry, I'm easily amused today, my friends. I'm gonna grab a more solid one, which is maybe going to make it, we have more of these, right? So we're gonna take this one. Again, I'm gonna wipe it with my embossing buddy. It keeps that ink from sticking to anything else. Is Lynn in here? Is she paying attention? I know she was wanting to see this. So we have this. Okay. Use your Versamark, or pigment inks will work as well because they don't dry. So we're taking this. Go this way. This is a more solid one, which makes it easier to see. I'm stamping down, making sure that that ink soaks into the page. I'll pull that off. Again, take my embossing powder, sprinkle it over. Get the excess back in there, tap off on any extra, and you see how it's just like all dull. Again, I'm going to do this kind of the correct way this time. Oh, for all that is holy, where's it at? There we go. So I don't have to move it around. I'm going to hold this with a pair of tweezers because I don't want to burn my fingers. And I think it'll be easier for you to see it turn with this. Can you see that? It is raised. Yes. So it is a raised embossed. Sarah, I have done that. You can emboss on the clay, but it needs to be already baked. Cool beans. So that's basic embossing. It's very simple. I mean, you guys know there's no point in over complicating things. You're welcome. So we have a couple of different things we can play with. I'm going to set this aside. Yeah, we'll clean that up. No, don't clean that up later. Clean it up now. Dump it in the trash. There we go. Some days I have to talk myself through this stuff. It's satisfying. It is. Embossing is just fun. I will say when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, embossing is the one thing that always got people watching that change. You can also emboss on glass. You can, yeah, there's a lot of things that you can play with and do. All right, back under the desk with you guys. Oh, I forgot the embossing powder. What a goofball. They have embossing pens so you can write and you emboss what you're writing. There's just a bunch of different things. So for this, I like that. It's your day. We'll use this for another project. Can you show how to do the salt on watercolor or do? Oh, absolutely. I can. Not right this second. Remind me and I'll show you. That's like a whole thing because you have to have a certain amount of watercolor layered up and it has to be to a certain, you can't, it needs to be starting to dry but not dry. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. I think you understand me. It's more than just a 5-minute demo. How's that? But yes, I would be more than happy to teach you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to grab, where did my scissors go? So we're going to make a tag. This was kind of the whole point of this whole thing today, is just playing and making a tag. This sitting on here kind of feels, it's blending too much. So you can actually layer this to make it pop. The other thing that you can do to make it pop is ink the edges. I think for the sake of this, we're going to chop that off. And we are going to grab a dark, what's this one? Yeah. We're going to grab a dark ink and we're just going to ink around the edges. And what that's going to do, I'm using the walnut stain because it's a darker brown. So see the difference that makes? That makes that just pop off your page. You can actually see it. Bam. I like that. Much better. One of the things that we want to do is just cut this to a tag. They have all the fancy dancy punches to make a tag. You don't have to have the fancy dancy punches. A basic tag is cutting a corner off. So let's say we're going to cut this corner off. So the other side matches. You just flip it over. It has to be mirrored. Take this side, flip it. Look, I have ink on me. Take your scissors and cut along that edge so it's even, right? Go us. Don't feel dumb. It's a situation. I'm going to take a hole punch. I'm going to, that way, Tam. Center it kinda in the middle. I'm eyeballing it kinda in the middle. Punching a hole. That's easy. If you don't have a hole punch, you can take your pokey tool. You can take your scissors and make a hole. It's whatever. We're going to ink those edges. So everything's kind of matching. I'm going in so it looks a little bit more grungy because this just looks way too pristine white for me. That's a personal opinion. You don't have to do any of the inking, and you can just do your thing. I like kind of the grungy look, which, and I can do that with my ink. I can set this off to the side. It gives it character. Yours are always crooked. Oh, just flip it over. Then they'll be the same. Yes, I did it with watercolor. Was that last week I demoed that? Shiz, I don't remember. Was it last week we were doing watercolors? Let me check our book. I'm pretty sure it was last week. Where's our project from last week? It is not nearly as smooth with a paintbrush. I will say that. But I did learn. Where's last week's project? Yes. So I did this with a paintbrush last week. Inked these edges. And I just literally went along the edge. This, I dipped a sponge into the watercolor and used the sponge. So you get two totally different looks, but absolutely you can do this with watercolor if you don't have inks. You can also use a water-based marker if you don't have watercolors. There's you have so many options, and the crafting industry is amazing. Okay, yes, you can use a color pencil. They have so many amazing products, and their end goal is to sell products and make money. Okay, that's their end goal. They're in business. I get it. I'm in business. I want to make money. But what you need to remember about this is there are always alternatives. One of the things that you will see me do very frequently, and I have a ton of them, is cheap Flair markers. It's a water-based marker. I will write on this glass piece. This one's drying up. With my water-based marker. I take a wet paintbrush and I've created a quick watercolor with just a regular marker. Is it fun to have all the things and buy all the things? Absolutely. It's fun to buy all the things. It's fun to have all the things. It's fun to have all the things to play with. But it's also fun to be able to take what you have and create fun art. Because creating is good for your mental health. And that is kind of the goal of our Tuesdays, is to recognize, just create something. This is with a flare marker that you can get at the stinking grocery store. I think they have them at Dollar Tree too. These are our pretty expensive watercolors. They're both the purples. They're both perfectly acceptable to do what we need to do. This is my go-to because it's right next to me. We can attach this gorgeous paper with some lace, or we can attach this and put lace on the side. Need to do the everyday household objects to create with and sticks, etc. Absolutely. 100%. I actually took a whole drawing class. Don't use Mod Podge. God, I hate Mod Podge, you guys. It's so gross. Mod Podge ranks right up there with glue sticks. It's for children. And yes, I'm a snob. It's my art snobbery. I just dumped a whole thing of tags. So what do we think on the side? I will. On the left, thank you. Somebody needed to make a decision for me because I couldn't. I was frozen there. So we're going to measure off like right there. Sweet. Okay. I want the frayed edge at the bottom, kind of sticking off the end. We are going to get, oh my gosh, my fabric tap is probably in a very bad state of mind over here. I always tell you what I really think, Ames. Here's the thing. This is what happens when you get to my state. I've been creating for a lot of years. Okay. This may be dead. I grabbed a new bottle just in case this was dead. It's definitely not happy. I've been creating for a lot of years. Okay. I have projects that from classes that I taught 20 years ago. Okay. And there are a couple of things that in going back through unpacking my art room, doing all of that I have discovered. Okay. Anything that was put together with glue sticks falls apart. It does not hold together. If you want to use it for temporary, and I'm going to say I have some and I will use them. Let's say I want to put something down temporarily and then seal it in with a matte medium. That's, in my opinion, what glue sticks are good for. Okay. Glue sticks are not good to put stuff together and keep it together because it's going to fall apart over time. Another thing that I have a crap ton of that is, I look at them now and I cringe, the score tape. Even Uhu. Um, Even Uhu. I don't think it's a matter of the brand. I mean, yes, brands matter, but yeah, I've discovered that as pulling out projects. Um, if you look at the formulation of a glue stick, okay, over time it ages and it comes apart. I have Uhu. It is spendy. And my take on it is this: if you want something to stay together for years, use a good wet glue. Art glitter glue, barely, what's the barely something one? Those are both really good and they last a long time. Okay. Um, if you want it to really, really last, use a matte medium and seal it, because matte medium is artist grade and it is designed for artists to put in their paints. Another thing, I don't have it, but the PVA glue. This is used for bookbinding. This is good. Temporary stuff. I use, oh, the lid's gone. Awesome, Tam. I use the clear tacky glue a lot in for different things. It's not permanent, but I like the tacky glue and I've never had a problem with it. So I don't know. You guys do you. Okay. Do you paint matte medium over the top of your work like Mod Podge is intended? Um she just asked such a loaded question. Um Mod Podge was designed for paper mache. Shiloh, please don't take offense. I hate Mod Podge so much. No, I use it when I'm doing masterboards. When I'm collaging, I always put a top layer of matte medium to seal it. If I work in, yes, matte medium can be used as a medium for your paints. It can be used as a sealer for paints, and it can also be used as an adhesive. I did. Lynn and I had this whole conversation about Mod Podge. The thing with it is it dries and it's tacky, and it yellows over time. I do have matte medium in my bin. It is the Tan Ram, whatever you want to call me. It is the Royal Langnickel brand, matte medium. Some Walmarts carry it. I grab it whenever mine gets it in, and I literally add $1 to cover the whatnot fees. If you have a if you have a Walmart that carries this, just grab it there so you don't have to pay shipping. My go-to and favorite one, yeah, I found some more. I have it in my bin. I've used Liquitex just because I use a lot of Liquitex paints and they just blend well together. I don't think that it makes a ginormous difference, but I use both and I haven't really seen a difference in my junk journaling. I would never use the other one with an acrylic painting on a canvas, because I would use the Liquitex one for that. But for my paper crafting, I think the other one is just fine. Personal opinion. We made a tag because I just need to put this down. Where did I just have that? Because I had it in my hand. There we go. You can. I need to refill this because it's like. Or it doesn't want to come out because I didn't put my pen back in it because, why not? I'm just struggling. I'm on the struggle bus, my friends. We've been on 2.5 hours. How does that even happen? Because I'm playing. Okay. Wendy. I put Matte Medium on my A sub and save. Same as yours. They sent iridescent. Oh. Good Lord. I do have the iridescent. Every once in a while, I'll throw it down on the jelly plate, but not my favorite, that's for sure. Bam. Got it. Need a tag. Yay. We accomplished something, my friends. All right. We got something accomplished. Ta-da. Finally, right? I do have a question for those of you in here right now. Do any of you use the little golden books, and would you like to see the ones that I have for sale? If not, I know 3 hours later, one tag. But you know what? We learned a lot, and we got to play with some embossing. We got to learn how to disassemble a book. You went in and checked, and they screwed up. Yeah. We got to learn a lot of things. I have paint. It's always a good day when I have paint on my hands, right? I needed this, you guys, so much. You have no idea how much I needed this. Although, if you hung out on the raid train with me for the last 2 days, you know how much I needed this. Thank you. Yes, Wendy, purples are my fave. You want to know, Greta? There was nothing funny about me losing my crap publicly. And you want to know the best part about that? We were having dinner and Rob was giving me crap. He's like, I'm going to go watch it. And he went to turn it on. It did not go to YouTube last night. I was so excited. So, forever in our memories, absolutely not on YouTube. Thank goodness. I know, I was so excited. I was like, yes. It was meant to be. Guys, I was so tired. It's a situation. Girl, it's hard to stay on task. Yeah. It's hard for me to stay on task when you all aren't with me. Okay, it was funny. We had our funny moments. Me in tears on camera is not a good idea. Froggy Woods, hello and welcome. You have the most impeccable timing, my friend. How are you? And how was your show? It wasn't an upset, it was an emotional, happy tears kind of thing, appreciation of everybody that has been so supportive and all of that. You have people that love you. We do love you. Thanks for showing up. Did you have a good show? Like legit. What did you sell? What did you do? I have bingy brained around here for like 2.5 hours now. Ran some coins. Oh, fun. We managed to make a tag. We learned embossing. We learned how to splatter paint. We learned how to disassemble a book that is falling apart. What else did we learn? And we learned a lot about each other. That's what we've managed to do today. It's good to ugly cry when you are crying because you are appreciated and loved. It it wasn't so much ugly crying, it was tearing up emotionally from all of the amazing people on the train. Watercoloring with various options. Yes, thank you. So I have good friends and I've made amazing friends on this app and we always support each other. Last night I did the closing show and they like B. We learned about adhesives. Yes, we learned about it. We learned Tam's opinion of adhesives. Tam's opinion of adhesives is not everybody's opinion. I love that. Thank you. My personal preference from somebody that has been creating and doing art for, do you know how scary it is? 5 decades I've been creating. Oh my God, I'm old. Which was super valid and appreciated. Your experience means everything. Thank you. Yeah, this keeps falling out. I don't know. And here's the thing, and I have to look at this, and this is my brain is like backpedaling because I don't want to offend people. I understand the formulations of a lot of things have changed over the years, and I'm sure that Natasha did a few days ago. I would love to hear what she said about it. I always like hearing other people's opinions about it because I am uber opinionated about glue sticks. I am uber opinionated about Mod Podge. And everything else in between, I'm willing to try. Washi is not an adhesive. No, washi is a decoration. Yeah, there's different glue for different things. Absolutely. Acid free. Yeah, I did. But I mean, if you're doing paper mache, then you need to use Mod Podge. If you are temporarily putting two pieces of paper together, by all means, use a glue stick. I promise you it's going to fall apart. Oh, I do. I cringe. I cringe when people use glue sticks. Gathered Crafter. Hi, Carmen. How are you doing, my friend? I haven't seen you in a minute. Water-free glues. They're acetone based. Yes. Glue sticks are meant to hold it while the real glue sets. That is the best way to put it. Stuck in shipping land. Girl, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning and got all my shipping done. Phew, out the door. All right? Over it, done, out the door. No more. Yeah. It, it and that is and it's very valid point. The solvent glues, yes. And solvent glues are acetone based or alcohol based. There there's a place for everything. Um some people want the immediate satisfaction of getting everything put together and could care less if it falls apart in 2 months. Absolutely. I would always rather have an acid-free glue that is going to keep my project together for the longevity of it. Oh, you know why I have a tag on my bracelet? Because I was gonna talk about it. Um, is let me see. It is 6. Okay, so Jamie should be done with work. Let's see. I don't think she's on. There's a story behind this. I literally was I asked Rob, I'm like, "Am I in, like, the twilight zone? Is it's Tuesday, right? I'm doing the art room today, right?" It was craziness. But I need Jamie here. Thank you for reminding me, Wendy. So, we got all this figured out. Is there anything else that we need to figure out today? I do have, like I said, I've got the whole stack of, the little golden books that I need out house. I have the, needle books, those. What else did I have that I wanted you to see? I got new tickets. I have green and purple tickets. It was a giveaway from the raid train. I'm not lying. So wrap your brain around this. It was a giveaway from the raid train. The raid train was Sunday and Monday. Today is Tuesday, and my giveaway came in the mail today. Just saying. Like voodoo kind of stuff she's got going on over there. I know, right? I, yeah, it is very magical. And the funny part about it is it's obsidian and white jade. So the two of them together, which I love very much, the obsidian deflects negative energy and toxic behavior and toxic people. And the white jade actually is for self love and healing. And the two of them together are just like magical. And this was the giveaway that I got from her yesterday. And now granted, she lives, Jamie, we are discussing how magical you are and the magical things that you sent to me. I had to ask my husband if I was in the twilight zone, that this was like legit Tuesday. I won your giveaway yesterday and it was in my mailbox today. Now, I live out in the country, so usually, even from Mesa, a shipment will go to Phoenix's main center, and then Phoenix sends it to the Anthem thing, and then Anthem sends it to our rural area in New River. So from Mesa generally takes like minimum 2 days, possibly three. And the fact that you sent me one of my favorite stones, which is obsidian, and the white jade, and the two of them together, and all of the protective and self healing properties between the two of these was just thank you. Like, I left the tag on so it would remind me to tag you, and I forgot. And somebody mentioned I still had tags on my bracelets, which reminded me, so that's good. So, yes, magically appeared in my mailbox within 12 hours. You rock. So, all of that said, James Blonde, Miss Jamie here, she rode the raid train. She has natural stone jewelry. She does tutorials and all the things. Right? Perfect for what I needed for today because, girl, I'm wiped from the train. So, I'm going to go back to thank you very much. I appreciate you. These are awesome. We will be using a lot more of these and we will be having a lot of projects with these. We made amazing tags. This is like the perfect weight cardstock for tags. So, and it takes all the things. I will have packs of this listed in the bin. Yeah, this is another fun thing that Maple put in my package. If you have never worked with one of these pens, you kind of need to get one. This is my favorite white pen for highlights, for even for my drawings. I love putting this in the whites of the eyes. In my bin. Question. This is my favorite of all time white pens. I'll buy them from you. You need to keep one and I'll buy the rest. Absolutely. They're the bestest. No, I do not have any in my bin, but as soon as I see Maple, I will. I'll have them Thursday. How's that? It's a whole situation. These are the best. I use these in my pen and ink drawings. It's Molly. Hello, beautiful. Yeah. It is it has the consistency of an acrylic ink, but it flows like a gel pen. That is the best way to explain it. Let me find something dark. It is very, very opaque. Hey, look, we never got around to doing our bee. We're going to do that another day. I will set that aside for another day. Oh, so here, you can see on my thing. This is the one that I painted out of. So, still wet. Bam. Yeah, you need one of these pens. They're the best. Like, I've used these since my Stampin' Up! Days, like 20 years ago. Word cards are actually this adorable little pack of grid paper. It's thicker than, it's like the consistency of a scrapbook paper. And we actually used this to create this fun tag. And we will have these on Thursday when we go shopping with Maple. I got these in my package from Maple today. You know what's funny about I like the jelly rolls too. I got these from Maple. She picked them up on one of her Daiso trips. And Maple and I are going to do a shopping spree Thursday at Daiso. We may even hit a Goodwill or so. I don't know yet. We haven't decided. I just volunteered her to do it Thursday because I need to see her. So go to the Daiso then. If you have a Daiso, go. Because that's where these come from. It's trouble, Jen. Yeah, I don't like the jelly rolls on my mixed media. I use the Poscas on my mixed media. That's just me. I know, right? So I'm liking this paper. I had this. I did. Surely I have a paintbrush that I can use with this, right? Where's it at? That's funny. I'm trying to grab a paintbrush, y'all, and it's like not working out for me. Okay, here we go. Yeah, paper only. Yeah. So everybody put in chat, what is your favorite medium to work with? That's a good question. We're testing to see how well this paper / cardstock takes acrylic paint, if at all. Paper? Jen, can you have more than one? Absolutely. Question B. About the mediums and adhesive. If I have a glossy book cover and want to cover it, should I sand it first or gesso right over? What are you covering it? Are you painting it? Are you gluing down fabric? Are you gluing down paper? You're doing mixed media, then I would do a light sanding. You're very welcome. I need some more of this paper to test. We're going to see how this takes acrylic. And I mean, you guys have to understand, this is all like my opinion, what I use. You can ask 10 different people and they're going to give you all different answers. I know what works for me. A lot of my answers are just because I'm old school and it's all the things. Wire, all sorts of metals, beads, lampwork, glass, paper, and paint. Jen, yes. See, that's right up my alley. Jen, have you seen Greta's artwork? Anything but glitter? Yeah, I almost flipped this camera up to reach up. Oh, seed beads suck. So this is a really awesome mixed media piece that I got from Greta. She incorporated water, um, collage with watercolor paper that she did. She normally mostly abstract art, but you did this on one of my raid trains, didn't you, Greta? I seem to recall it. It was on the raid train that you did this. It doesn't matter. Whenever she was doing it, I fell in love with it, and I did the whole Bratty don't mind. I did a brat about it. Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't like. Well, it stuck wet paint down here, so that doesn't count, I don't feel like. So this is doable. Can I hold it up again? Yeah, why? Colored for a cause. Welcome. Critter Chops. Hi, how you doing, my friend? I don't blame you. I have some wooden tags and other things I want to do some mixed media with. Oh, you're welcome. I just sent you a picture without all my chaos in the back. We're just hanging out in the art room because we all needed some downtime and we're playing with different mediums and different things. We did manage to make a tag. We did manage that. Oh, I wonder what these stickers from Maple would look like on this. Let's see what we have here. That's not wet anymore. So, oh, they're upside down. We have some leaves. We got some little flowers. I swear these are like calendulas, guys. You really love that little piece. You're glad I have it. Thank you, Greta. It needs more color. No, it doesn't. Nope. So you took a screenshot and you're looking at it and you're over analyzing it, but I look up at it here. God, can I make you guys dizzy? Watch. This is my disaster of a desk. This is what I look at with all the art for my friends. And then up there with all my spray inks is my Greta picture. It doesn't need more contrast. It is perfectly fine. Leave my painting alone, Greta. I think just this is too much because we have this so subtle. I'm pretty sure I have a piece of Greta's artwork at every desk that I work at. Does that sound creepy? I mean, in my defense, we've been on this app together for almost 3 years, so there's that. I think these are just too much. We need to leave our tag alone, Tam. We can make a new one. That's what we can do. We can make a new one. That's a better idea. Usually people... You know what it is, Greta, is because most people in this world do not appreciate brutal honesty. Hey, Jen, I learned something. If you accidentally swipe out, if you swipe your screen down, it takes you back where you swiped out of. I learned that in the raid train yesterday, accidentally. This is like calendula, my friends. You guys talk about everything and nothing when you get together. Yeah. One of these days I'm gonna be able to face hug her neck. But for now we get to talk. You swiped yourself. I've done that before, Greta. I've legit swiped myself out of my own show. Oh shit. When I was trying to run beads the other night, I'm like, crap. Where did we go? We ended up in. It's kind of good because I'm in the incognito mode, so at least I don't have to stay and say, hi, sorry, I didn't mean to come here. All right. So, not bad. We can do this. We've got some little stickers. We need some stamps. Okay, what stamps are we going to do today? I wonder what this would look like. Oh, most definitely going to use that. Yeah, that's a thing. I like that. I have this stuff too if you guys want some.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
She's over there interfering in our business. I need let's see what these look like. This is going to be cool. By the way, I bought these like this. Don't come at me for the disaster. And I don't have any sewing scissors in here. because they're on my sewing desk. Yeah, I couldn't say it out loud, but yes, Carmen, you are very correct. I'm gonna put color on there. Look, I got bright yellow flowers. Give me a second. I'm just gathering the things, my friends. Gathering the things. What color would you like on it? Yeah, but there's a lot of people on this app that this is like sticky. There's a lot of people then on this app that have done that too. Change their things names to keep that from happening. Lost my brown. Greta, what color do you want me to put on there, hon? This is me. Oh, I know. I had to shut it off because it just kept acting stupid when I was trying to do shows. My watch kept going off. Um, there's your beginning of your background. This, I do have an acrylic block around here somewhere. This is what happens when you don't clean your stamps, my friends. I'm just pointing out. Greta's ignoring me. Where'd that piece of cardstock go that we were messing with earlier that we were paint splattering? I'm literally just kind of randomly stamping some things, and then we're going to assemble all this stuff together. Stick it on there. Welcome in, everybody. We're just hanging out in the art room, kind of playing. Everybody's doing their thing, and here we are with no set thing in mind. We're just playing. Okay, got that. And do I know what we're doing yet? I know that we have this. artist, this. I hit my glucose monitor and killed it. Wasted trip to the pharmacy. Can't get it till 2 tomorrow. I can't figure out the stupid alarm off your phone. Great. It should have a button for a manual entry. Okay. Just saying. So what are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to put color in or we're going to be in trouble. Yeah, those, they are frustrating. It's kind of so much better back in the old days when you could just kind of like manually do your own thing. And then they got all these newfangled things and yeah, that's a situation. So do we want paint splatters in our key? Or do we want to stick with, I like the, I know. I know. Oh, you didn't. You're good, Greta. Trying to decide if I like that. Stop distracting me. I'm so focused. Not. Good gracious. It's too much sparkle or splatters. I'm just randomly stamping keys and seeing where we like it. That's a little bit better. Okay, we got that one. Again, where did the buried everything over here? Our spray. Yeah. Okay, this one. I don't even remember where I got this from. Beside me. So I got this whole thing of one of the buyouts I did. This person kept all of their stamps in old CD cases. And so I have floating around my art room a bunch of old CD cases. And I always forget to look in them. Great. Lynn's been waiting on me since 4 p.m. For what? What are you not handling, Greta? That you should be handling. Oh, you're scheming. That sounds intriguing. What are we scheming up, my friends? I think I have enough chaos in my life right now. I don't need to be part of this scheme. So did everybody enjoy the shows yesterday? What did you learn new? That would be a good question. What did you learn that was new to you yesterday? And for the last few days? I don't know how these fit in here. Oh, they fit sideways. The less I know, okay. Well, I will 100% stay ignorant to that, my friend, if need be. They go like this. Interesting. Pair of stamps. Okay. Over in there. This out of our way. So we have all the little elements. We've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. We maybe need a key. I haven't decided yet. We might need a key that's all splattered. We have this cool, I don't want to cut that out. I'm literally taking elements that we've played with and we're going to throw it together and make something. I don't know what. The less about different thicknesses of resin. Rustic Owl. Hello, beautiful friend. How are you today? I loved your demo yesterday, by the way. I'm pretty sure you were in bed when I did the closing show last night. I request one of those pendants, Lovey. That was badass. Just saying. Night, Jen. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciative of you. Ask me if I know where this is going right now. Thank you, Jen. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate you. I will return the favor as soon as possible. I have this whole pile of stuff that I've been playing with. I have no idea what we're going to do with it, but we're going to figure something out. Right? Poor Rob is like, are you going to make me dinner or are you going to sit in there and play all day? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I vote play. I know, right? I vote play. I don't know, the last time he was in here, he brought me hot coffee and it's cold, so that was probably quite a while ago. We've been on 3.5 hours now. It's a situation. know, right? I Before I came live, I told Diana that I was going to go on for at least an hour and create something. And here we are 3 hours later. So that's the situation. I don't know. My ink color label came off. No, it's there on purpose. It's one of my little tricks in life. Because I don't want to buy a bazillion of these handles, I actually make a label for these and I have them all labeled so they all go in a bowl. And so I only have I don't know, I have a few these and I put it to where it's out of the way. This is rounded so it won't gouge anything. And bam. Because I'm smart like that. I don't see the point in trying to store 20 of these handles when I can store 40 of these little sponges. I've just been doing this a long time, my kids. Whole situation. I think we've had this conversation before, but we're going to have it one more time in case somebody in here is new to me. When you are fussy cutting something, hold your scissors straight up and down and move your paper. Don't move your scissors around because you're not going to get a smooth cut. And if you just continue, and if you want to go around a corner, you just slightly move your paper, always holding the hand with the scissors steady, and you will get a much smoother cut when you are fussy cutting. I have a poor connection. What? B, that's what I tell my students. Absolutely. So, get that out of my way. So basically, scissors straight up and down. When I get towards the tip of my scissors, I will release and start over. Whip that all the way around. No, we're going to keep going. I don't want that bow. It's obnoxious. We're chopping the bow off, my friends. It's too much. And you can get a pretty smooth cut when you're doing this, as opposed to going like this, because you've always cut off parts that are in your way. Absolutely. It's your art. You can do whatever you want. I will say I did this backwards though, because I usually say start on the smallest sides first, which I did not, but that's okay. We will get through this. It's easier when you have more to hang on to. And I don't normally fussy cut in a camera either, so that's a situation. And you want to get like a different camera for in the art room, but I haven't figured out what I want yet. So I don't know what we're going to do with this yet, but what color flowers do I want? Are you at Dazo? People. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid. I just read that wrong. My eyeballs. Rustic. What color flowers do I want? I want all the fall colors. Like the deep burgundies and oranges and golden yellow, that kind of thing, you know? Deep fall colors. Like the deep plum, you know. I know. So if you need to cut out the center, I would suggest gently folding and snipping. And then you can go from the center to the edge. And if you cut out just like a little center here, it gives you more room to work with. Does that make sense? And we're going to do the same thing just on the inside. So if you're right-handed, you want to go this way so you can see your line. If you're left-handed, you want to go this way so you can see your line. Yeah, Jen, let me know when you have it in your bin and I'll come get it. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. I just did exactly opposite of what I said I was going to do. It won't work because it's in the way. So I have to go the other way and I can't see what I'm doing. That's annoying. Uh-oh. I hear the boys talking. Maybe time to go do dinner. And I'm just doing little snippies. Tiny little snippies so I don't actually cut this in half. Bam. Thank you. Low key. Do you see all this stuff on my hands? My hands were like pristine clean when we started. So what are we going to do with this? Ooh, I know what we're going to do with this. Remember how we learned how to emboss earlier? And remember how I said... Oh, I dropped my pen. Remember how I said that you can use an embossing pen? I wonder if this is in any way, shape, or form. That's dried out. And Lord, this is older than half of you in my chat. I'm trying to find an embossing pen that's not all dried out. Bam, found it. So we're going to go back to, remember we used the Versamark? You can also use an embossing pen. Okay. We are going to use the Embossing Buddy just like we did before. Thank you for the new followers. Follows. English is hard sometimes. We're going to grab our copper because we're in our fall mode. So we're going to put this over so it doesn't stick where we don't want it. And we are going to use this I'm going to get off the excess. And we are going to color in some highlights on this key. And I'm not going to do it all at once. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time because I want to see where it's going and what it looks like. Because the fun part with it didn't go anywhere. This pen, having an embossing pen, if it works. Hold on. I know I have one that is going to work. Give me a second. Na, na, na. Okay, so we're going to do this a different way. Watch me drop everything everywhere. In a memento, my friends, because it's been a minute since I've used these pens. So I do have the refill for my ink pad. So we're going to cheat over here a little bit. And we are going to take that pen that we just tried to use that is kind of dried out. Let me shake this up. Hi, Bay. How you doing? We're playing. It got some, but not enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of drops. Well, just one drop is probably enough of that. I'm going to take the pen and dip it in there. And then I'm going to wipe that excess off because I don't want to mess that up. We are going to, again, do just a little bit on there. Then we're going to dump that over. I know I have so many things in my hands, it's kind of hard to see. But we dumped it over. What in the... Why is it not sticking? There we go. Good gracious, that was a chore. So when you have a problem with your powders, they don't want to stick so much. If you take your heat from below, it's not going to blow it away from the top. I'm going to take this off camera. Give me 1 second, and I am going to do this. There, I didn't want to like blast your ears with that. So it got that, and we've got that whole grungy look going. So I think we're going to do the rest of this with the pen. See how that works? It's an experiment. Why not? I don't want it a solid line. I just want some, if that makes any sense. Someplace around here I have Versamark pins. That's weird. We'll try that one. I'm going to mute you again. Okay, so we have like that coppery look on here. So this is graded. This is where you come in. What color do you want us to add to this? Because we're going to add it here and here to put a color pop on this project. Thanks, Shiloh. I know we keep getting this out. We've had this out and back in 10 times tonight, right? It's a whole thing. I don't know about these pins. I need to do some work and find my Versamark pins. I think they're in my travel case for stamping, I believe. I'm not positive, but I think that's where they ended up. Okay. All right. So we have this, we have this, we have this, we have all these things that we can use. So this is going to be our base. We want to put some of this on. I don't know how much or how little. We could ruffle it. We could leave this on, the hole in this one, because we cut the other one off. But we can leave this. We'll see how this does. Thanks, love. We can throw this through. Just kind of have it off to the side. I have this flower, the key, but we need some color. So I have, what colors do I have? These are the Faber-Castells. I know, right? We're going to go with this because, put that off. Oh, we've got the yellow. No, we need oranges. start with those and see what happens. And you don't have to color all of them in. You can just, when you're doing something like this, you can add some color to a few of them. You just want to make sure that it's balanced. Like, I don't want to color this one because that's just a straight line down the center. So there's no place for your eyeballs to go, right? When you're looking at any project, you want a little bit, almost like a triangle, if that makes any sense. So it probably would have been better instead of this one if I did this one. But we're going to go to this yellow and we're going to pay attention. So if I do a yellow here, here, and here, that's going to give us that yellow triangle. And it's kind of a yellowy orange. It reminds me of Dairy Lied yellow. Is that what it is? That's chrome yellow. Close enough. And we just want to put some color in here because our art expert says we need color. And Greta's always right. We need color. I'm not looking at chat. Hold on. So we have some color. So with this, we can leave this as is. We could just glue it down. Throw down the flowers. The other thing we could do is just kind of have this key hanging off. How dark is this color? But you get the main idea, right? We determined a while ago that we can... Oh, I didn't get it wet or fast enough. Those are permanent, by the way. Yeah, no, I didn't move fast enough. All right. Well, that was fun. Okay. So if I had it near me, which I don't right this very second, I would take some twine and wrap around here. Bam. What do we think? Thank you for the hearts. So there, we managed to create a couple of things. I tear a piece of thread to wrap it. Um, Good idea. Thank you, Shiloh. Okay, that'll work. Look, that's awesome. That even added more texture to it. Good idea. Let's go down there. Thank you. Yeah, help me do this. And again, this is all from the fun stuff that Maple got us at Dazo with just a few added things. Oh, we forgot about our postage stamp. Where the heck did that go? Where did our postage stamp go? Under. Let's go under. Daiso? 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 I don't know. Possibly. There. Ta-da! We're done. I'm done. We're all done. Fun little tags. Thank you. It only took us 3 hours to get there. No, actually, we did a lot of learning along the way, which is very important, right? We learned about a lot of supplies, how to use them, how not to use them. Yeah, all the things. Jen, we're going to be making needle books. I made kits for us to do needle books. We're going to do it mid-October. I got a couple of the slow stitch kits from Carmen, and I always try to carry them with me, but I was struggling with where to put all my stuffs. So I have this needle book where I can keep just the basics that I use, a little pair of scissors, clips, pins, different colors, and just kind of played with it. And it's like a prototype. So the kits that I have available, there is the butterfly dragonfly. There is a paisley one. There's a pink floral butterfly one. And then I have this fabric. And so a couple of people asked me if I could do it with this fabric that's all the browns and blues. So, yeah, I really like this one because I like the dragonfly and those scripty words. It, I mean, it could go this way. It could go this way. So anyway, it's a way to keep, I know, it was really tough. So I'm going to have both. It was a tough decision for me. But we're going to work on the needle books, and they have the felt pages. They're the heavy duty, and we're going to do that mid-October. So there's that. Alrighty then, my friends. I think it's time for us to bid each other good night. Does anybody need anything before we go? Does anybody want to look at that ginormous stack of golden books I have floating around here? Oh, you sent me one? Hold that thought. Let me see. That's funny nonsense. These are so cute. Guys, look at these. Bobby, these are your ATCs, right? Isn't that what you said earlier? I love, that can't be because that Julie Nutting, unless you drew it. I like how you put the tulle in there. Very cool. Thanks for sharing. How do I get back to our show? There we go. Oh, I should look and see who's on. Shiloh, is the needle book for sale? Yeah, you just have to pick which one you want. It's a kit to make your own, Shiloh. You made the background and the dress on the doll. That's awesome. You want the butterfly? Yeah, the black and white one. Here, I'll pin it for you, babe. There is the, and you go in and you choose which one you want when you click on it. What do you mean I have 30 left? What? Yeah, and you don't have to get, thank you. So there's different choices in there. We've got the butterfly dragon. We've got the neutral butterfly. There's a blue paisley. And then there's the pink roses and flowers with butterflies. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So much. Does anybody need anything else while we are here? Yeah. Are we good to find somebody to raid? Let me see what we. Yeah, the green butterflies. You got it. That was so weird. Aw, Jen, thank you for your purchase, love. I appreciate you. Shiloh and Karen. Awesome. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Do any of you want anything else to facilitate your shipping before we go raid somebody? Night, Wendy. We're all going good night nights. Yes, we need to go night nights. Who should we go see? I'm sleepy. I'm actually hungry. Let's go see who's on. Do we want to go see Heightened Normal Designs is doing a crafty items and chat. Who else do we have? Does anybody know anybody? We're just gonna go see Mickey, guys. Is that okay? Are we good with seeing Mickey? Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. We're gonna go see Mickey. Mickey is Heightened Normal Design. She lives in Arizona. I'm getting loopy, is what's happening. Oh, why didn't she pop up? What? There she is. Found her. Okay. I know every time. Me too. And then it gets stuck in my head for hours. You should hang out with her. It's even worse. Much love, everyone. Thank you for your purchases. Thank you for hanging with me for forever. Thank you for dealing with me. Bookmark my Thursday Create With Me show, because for Create With Me, we're going craft shopping. B, you're very welcome. Good night, my loves. Have a blessed rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow in the bead show. Much love. Bye.